The comics behind WNYC's Two Dope Queens podcast owe their new HBO deal and the partnership to a birthday present. Jessica Williams and Phoebe Robinson bring the routine to the cable network for 4 one-hour specials kicking off February 2nd at 11:30 p.m. The Queens met when Williams was a correspondent on The Daily Show and Robinson was working as an extra in a sketch that Williams was shooting. Williams' birthday was approaching and Robinson, a stand-up comic, invited her to appear on stage as a gift. It was immediately apparent that they had struck gold. "The first time we did it, we had so much chemistry and fun," Williams, 28, tells the Daily News. "And we said, whoa, should we do this again, so we just kept doing it." The Two Dope Queens show originally began as a monthly stand-up routine in Brooklyn called Blurry Alive. It then morphed into the Two Dope Queens podcast that debuted in April of 2016. The comedy and storytelling show, which tapes at Union Hall in Park Slope, was an immediate success. For the first week after its launch, it was #1 on the iTunes podcast charts. Fans loved hearing two African American women pass race and gender issues, hair and pop culture moments. The show also includes lots of stand-up comedians who are gay or of color, who don't often get a platform. Paid content by GlassesUSA.com. Glasses lovers are going crazy over this site. HBO took notice and the last landed a quartet of specials, directed by comedian Tig Notaro, which were taped in front of a live audience at Brooklyn's King's Theatre in Ditmas Park. Robinson, 33, who was a consultant for Comedy Central's Broad City and a writer for MTV's Girl Code, jokingly calls the Queen's HBO deal "my coronation," if you will. Each episode has a theme. The first is New York, featuring Jon Stewart among the guests, who will talk about life in the Big Apple. It'll be followed by Hair February 9th, where the lass explain black hairstyles to Sarah Jessica Parker Hochbein February 16th, in which Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt actor Titus Burgess appears, and Robinson talks about her unsuccessful attempts to hook up with celebs and black nerds, featuring Orange is the New Black star Uzo Aduba. The Dope Queens are happy to be giving women of color a voice on the shows, and that they get to call the shots when it comes to their own portrayal. "Oftentimes, I think we have to play supporting characters in other people's narratives," Williams says. "In Two Dope Queens, not only do Phoebe and I get to be the stars of our own narratives, we also get our friends and people that we're huge fans of to be stars of their own narratives." Robinson notes, "A lot of entertainment likes to show black women being super serious, kind of no joy, no interior life, but they're good at their jobs. It's true, black women like to work hard and they're good at their jobs, but there's more to us than just being these strong figures. We like to have fun, hang out with each other and be silly and goofy. We're all human, we all have the same sorts of issues that we go through." Robinson has a theory about why the duo immediately clicked with the podcast aunts. "Jessica and I have talked about this a lot," she says. "I think a lot of it is that in general people are longing for intimacy. With all the TV options and our cell phones and social media, we're kind of feeling very separated from each other," Robinson adds. "So I think something like a podcast takes us back to a time where people did actually talk to each other, people did actually communicate in a way that wasn't transactional, which I think a lot of late-night talk shows are. We just wanted to have a podcast where it sounded like two black women talking." Beyond the HBO specials, both women have other work lined up. Robinson, who wrote a book called You Can Touch My Hair and Other Things I Still Have to Explain, also has a solo WNYC podcast called So Many White Guys. And Williams, who starred in last year's Netflix romantic comedy The Incredible Jessica James, will appear in Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, due out in November. But for now, the two dopest queens are just reveling in their current gig. "It's a great time to be somebody who looks like me and is doing what I'm doing," says Williams. "I'm really proud of that.